Hey, everybody again. This is Monkeypuzzle on your screen on the Primus server, currently playing the Modsauce mod pack in 1.7.10. And I am back to tell you all the things I have been up to since the last episode. So let's dive right into it. So, where should I start? Hello, Brink. Let's start with this present. I'm sure you've already seen some stuff on me and some stuff around, but Cat Dog either gave me a nice gift because he's cool, or else he's setting up a new customer for later. One or the other. Thank him either way, because in here is a Sojourner's sash, and yeah, all this cake stuff, whatever. But this is cool. This is from Britannia, which I know very little about, but Cat Dog is a grand master of right now. And I do know that if you click this Baubles menu, you get this little slot there. And I think it probably would work if it's just in my inventory, but you can stash it there. And now I can go fast. Woohoo! And I can jump 2 blocks high, but that won't matter right now because I'm wearing a jetpack. That's right. Woohoo! Yes, I can fly. I can fly. I won't sing. I can believe I can do it. Yeah, I won't sing that because it's not going to work out right now. But that is cool. So yeah, we have the mechanism jetpack hooked up, and over here we've got the whole little charging station for it. The electrolytic separator, making the hydrogen gas, and a couple tanks. I actually made 3 jetpacks because they're actually really cheap. And then we've got an energetic infuser for charging up our free runners. Those allow us just to run over blocks without jumping, so I'm back to that again. And they also, as you saw, negate all fall damage. But what is the matter with my current situation is that I'm very vulnerable right now. You can see I have only 3.5 armor points because I wasn't rich enough yet to make the armored jetpack, and these don't come with any armor, so I'm just relying on these 2 things at the moment. Which actually reminds me, I made these last episode, and it turns out that there's a lot of upgrades I can do to these, so need to do that. And to do those upgrades, I needed a whole bunch of materials I didn't have, so I had to go to the Nether. And I ran around there like this and managed not to die with my 3.5 armor points. And I got glowstone and quartz and blaze rods and wither skulls and soul sand and all kinds of stuff like that. And I went to the end and I farmed those poor endermen for ender pearls. Yeah, so now I actually have the stuff I need to upgrade that and make a whole bunch of other stuff. A lot of those things, especially the glowstone and the blaze rods, will come in later for more advanced Ender IO stuff and many other things. I have a whole list of that. But today, I want to finish working on my little base here just because I want to finish it. I'm tired of seeing that dirt scaffolding up there. We'll work on that in a minute. I just want to show you a few things. First, I want to show you where my power is coming from. I burned up almost all my coal initially, just keeping these running. I did upgrade them, so I've got the try that again, octatic. I'll say that octatic capacitor in that one, and these. So this makes me use my fuel much more efficiently, and so I get more fuel out of each piece, and it increases the capacity of storage of this and the other machines. So these are running at peak efficiency, or at least capacity or whatever. And then up here, I'm just keeping this full of charcoal. Where am I getting that charcoal? Well, at first I would play it around making a little mini tree farm, which is full right now. So I need to get some of this stuff. I was just testing it out, and if it was going to be effective, I got to come up with a way to automatically suck these out of here, which won't be a big deal. This is a vacuum chest for Ender IO. It's kind of like a vacuum hopper, but cheaper, and it sucks things up from around. But yeah, I just made this mini little tree farm, and I was going to replicate it if it worked out well, and it has been. Basically, I've got 2 autonomous activators here. This one is aiming high with saplings, which plants them. Now, what made this work is, and I made a bunch of tinker stuff as well. This one's about dead. Well, I'll leave that in there for now because I'm going to need to use this in a second to demonstrate something else. But yeah, I made some tinker stuff with alamite. I got all the way up to a manulin pen. I named it pen because the pen is mightier than the sword. And filled it full of quartz and lapis. But that's a tangent. But this just brought that up. What makes this work is if I had just used these guys without this, my little anti-Lorax computer, it would just knock these down every time this planted them. But what this computer is doing is it is running a little program called setup, because that makes it start every time the server starts or restarts, which actually happens a lot. A simple little program. He's just comparing what's in front of him to what's in his first slot. Select slot 1, compare, and if it's true that the tree has grown, then he gives a redstone signal on the bottom, waits a second, and turns off the redstone signal, and then just keeps going around there. This has the dual advantage of, one, the sapling not getting knocked down every time it's planted, which isn't pretty important for a tree farm. Also, I think it decreases the number of ticks or server time that this is using. It might be replaced with this, who knows. But this autonomous activator is only running when this computer tells it to. So if we, let me see, get in my bag and grab some bones, and we'll just demonstrate it real quick. And no, get that down there. Okay. So if that grows, and I'm growing a fir tree too, which is important. And I turned the program off. There it is. I gotta just get out of here, exit, and run startup. Okay, so now it should work. There it goes. Knocking it down with the lumber axe, everything falls down, gets sucked by the vacuum chest, new sapling planted. So I could make rows of these, and maybe I might in the future, but I didn't have to do that because I found some cool trees. Here we got redwood, which is awesome, from Biomes of Plenty. Big old trees, and I can just knock them down with my lumber axe. Let's get one of these down here too. So and the jungle trees work just as well, like that. Let's get down here and blam! Tons of wood all at once, and I can burn the saplings too. So that works out great. And another little trick that my son thought of, if you just connect these together, actually I haven't tried it with different kinds of logs yet, but it should work, and make them all into one big tree. We'll see what happens. Let's go for the whole shebang here. Sometimes this isn't as neat and clean as it could be, but we'll see. Okay, one tree. No, it didn't work with the different kinds of wood. Dang it. I'm going to replace that real quick because I want to show you guys this. Okay, I replaced it with actual redwood logs, and I heard a zombie in the distance too, which gives me a chance to show you something else I've learned. Watch this. Haha! Dual wielding from Mine and Blade. I've got my arsenal all set up here, obsidian swords and bronze swords, it didn't work with the Tinker stuff, so I'm trying to get the best regular sword in here. I got some lousy enchantments for the most part, but still pretty cool. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. It just minces things up. It's awesome. I can run up to a creeper and mince him up before he has time to explode. So I'm loving that. Just the default key is R to go back and forth between the two. So let's try this again. Oh yeah. So I'm afraid that outcompetes my little turtle farm for now. But yeah, so I've just been loading up with wood that way. And it's getting me pretty far as my power needs at this point. Oh, and I have another new weapon as well. Wait, let me get out of R. And I've got some Australian technology. Bam! The boomerang. Oh, 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 oh. I guess it can't get into my hand because the wood went there. Anyway, I'm getting besieged. Where is that guy? There he is. Dive bomb. Gone. And there was a zombie down there. I better eat or I'm gonna die. Anyway, let me get my mess cleaned up here, and I want to show you a few more things. So what I do with all of that wood is I just throw it in this chest, and tons of it in here as well right now. I just throw it in there, and it gets all turned into charcoal and automatically goes into there. So that's quite cool. And then I just fill this up full of charcoal, and that keeps me powered. Very primitive power system right now, but it's taking care of the basics and running this little bit of equipment I have in here. I made a very rough little basement for now, which is full of these essence berry bushes and with a little open blocks tank and a place to store my essence berries. So I have XP, a little potion setup. Yeah, nothing too fancy in here. But real quick before we move on to today's project, why use the door? Is let's run over to the mining age real quick. Low frame rate. Okay, we can do it. Get over here. I'm going to move out of town as soon as I can in order to get better frame rates for these videos, but I do want to finish my little spawn house first, so we're going to work on that. And I also have to do some exploring before I know where I'm going to go. We'll fall through the floor. So yeah, this is the mining world. It's all flat. It's just full of Pam's Harvest Craft trees, so we can get all kinds of yummies in here if we wanted to. But let me see, where is it? Over here. It's where I've been getting my resources from since haven't been doing caving anymore, basically. Just come down here, and basically I just piggybacked off of someone else's hole right here and started my own in the back because I'm using a turtle right now. Let's see how he's doing. He is down there. Yertle is busy getting stuff for us, so that's very cool. But I didn't want to go all the way down from the top level and get all that soil and dirt and gravel before we got to the goodness. So let me fall down here. And also diamonds start really high in the mining age. Oh, that's not a diamond, duh. But they do. I've seen diamonds as high as level 22. There is also naturally spawning cobalt and ardite in here. Is that it? Up there? No. So that's pretty OP. But what Yertle is doing is this is just a little one chunk turtle mining here. So if I turn this on, dunk, you can see he's contained in the 16 by 16 area right there. There he is. So we got one chunk loader for that, loading that one single chunk. And then over here, I'm loading this because he has to have some place to give his stuff to. So I just have an upgraded adjustable chest right here with a item conduit on it that has a filter. Come on, let me in there. It's filtering, it's whitelisting cobble and gravel and cobble and gravel, and extracting it so that that stuff alone goes into the trash can. So I can just do this with one chest. I'll probably do it with dirt pretty soon too. And then he just fills it full of goodies that I can take back to my place. I could have done a quarry, but I didn't want to have to deal with the deluge of stuff coming in quite yet. I just wanted to be able to get enough stuff to get going and to build all the things I need to build. And then we will upgrade to the quarry and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is good for now. I've got enough stuff to build the initial things that I need. I originally spent forever trying to get through this, like, why doesn't it work? And you have to shift to get through. So yeah, I'm going to go work on my house over there. All right, let's get up here. I turned the building guide off because, let me see, let's get it right there. It was causing me some lag being on all the time, but let's put it in. And before, what I had, I believe, was I think it was an 11 by 11 by 11, I think. Let's go see what that looks like. And sorry, I don't know how to turn down that sound for the mechanism noise. Yeah, that's what I had. The big gumball on top of that. And I'm still going to do a spherical shape, but I'm going to squash it, I decided, because that was actually a limitation I had when I was building with Calclavia's modular force field system, is you could only build a perfect sphere, and you weren't able to make a misshapen one. So what I'm going to do, actually, is get down here and contract this, and it'll be something else. Instead of being, that's a little short, I think. It might be good enough. Actually, let's go check out what that looks like. Let me see. Let me move to this mode again. Yeah, let's see. What do we think of that? Let's get a little further back. Maybe look from the ground. Maybe it needs to be a little wider to really exaggerate that. So it's going to be more of a command deck rather than a big gumball. Hopefully. So let's get in here and widen it out a little bit more. So that was 11. We got 13. Let's go for broke and check out what 15 looks like from out there. It's so nice being able to fly again. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's land over here. Oh, it doesn't render from that distance. Actually, I think I might have overdone it. Yeah. 15 might be a little much. I'm going to go back to 13 and come back here and I'll show you what it looks like. I think that's about right. We're going to call it that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to extend the tower up to meet it. And I'm going to build that out of glass. So I won't make you guys sit through that part. I've already talked pretty long already, so we got to whip this out. But yeah, I'm going to do those two things. And then I will rejoin you all to show you what I'm going to do with that. Because I'm not going to leave it just like that. I want to make a few fancy touches that I think will take it out of the gumball zone and more into the Art Nouveau futuristic controlled tower house, whatever it is. Okay, see you soon. One last note is I'm going to build with a bunch of quite clear glass, which is the glass from Ender.io. All you got to do is smelt sand in the alloy smelter, and it's reminiscent of Tinker's glass. It's got the joining textures. It's got a slightly different color outside edge, but that gray matches our chiseled cobble here. And another cool thing about it is if you break it, you get it back. So yeah, just a new glass. And I'm going to build the sphere, the squash sphere out of that. All right, now I'm going to build it. So I think that's it. Let's take a look from out here. It's still all cloudy because I still have the builder's guide on. And I think I can turn it off now. Should be good too because the builder's guide tends to create a bit of lag. But yeah, let's look at it like that for a second. I think that's good. I was considering whether the stone should come up to here or not, just like it is. But I like that. It's a good amount of glass, but it's on a good pedestal. It makes sense, sort of. Anyway, let's get our way back in here, and I will work on the next part. A little decoration, ornamentation. All right, managed to get my way back in. And let's go ahead and break this now. Woo! And then go see what it looks like. Where's my front door? Actually, let's go out the back door. Woo! Okay, well that glass is subtle. I still have to take down some of my the dirt blocks I used to connect things that weren't connected easily. Yeah, that's pretty clear. Maybe I should have used the glass with a little bit more markings so you could see it better. We'll see what it looks like in the daytime, but it's definitely going to be cool for looking out from. But yeah, the next step I want to do is I want these sides, I want to make some fins basically coming up from here, and there'll be ornamentation and look like a little buttressing of the thing as well, but they'll also provide spaces that you can walk out from and fly off of. And I got to figure out how this is going to go. I'll probably substitute different materials here once I get going with it, and then maybe do some micro blocks and stuff like that. I'm just going to block it out for now and see what it looks like. Find the right angles and such. Not right angles, but correct angles that make it work. And then we can figure out how to fancy it up a little bit. But yeah, let me play with this a moment, and then we'll take a step back and see what it looks like. Well, let me just complete this one, I guess, and see what I think about that. I want it to have more of an inward curve. Get stuck when I go past right there. More of an inward curve here. Go down a little bit more than it goes out. Let me make some adjustments. So I'm going to show you what I did, but first let me make a whole bunch of carpenter's blocks. And then let me stick 2 of them in here. And we'll get the carpenter's hammer. And then I have to remind myself how to do this. It's been a minute since I've played with them. Let me see if I just hit it. That just, oh, okay. Didn't want to do that. Put that all the way back. One of these days I got to find a good tutorial. And then if I shift right click, that's not it. Oh, I remember what I needed to do actually. The tool for this is probably an axe. I actually need to craft these some more, I believe. Let me see. Let me get some more sticks. And was it something like that? It was. Okay, oops. That's what I need. Oh, a spear. Okay. That's cool. Didn't know you could do those. But yeah, let's go outside again. Open the door, please. Time for a server reset, seems like. Let me see. Run over here with my nice Sojourner's sash speeding me up. I think they're going to be something like that. Something like that. And there's going to be 4 of them on the 4 sides. I reserve the right to tweak with it some more. But I was going to try what these carpenter's wedges do. So if we if we try to smooth out, yeah, thank you. Smooth out all these spots, and then, come on, you know better. Now that is probably what, a right click? Yep. And fill them in like that. Now we lose the connected textures. That's something to consider for sure. That's a little sad. But maybe, I don't know. That's actually making me lean away from it. Or else I could use a block here that doesn't have a connected texture. Let me just finish putting these in, and we'll figure it out in a second here. Dunk. Dunk. And you're naughty. Turn around. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Yeah. No. Not a fan. I'm going to play around a bit more, and I'll show you guys what I come up with. So I've tried all kinds of things to try to make it fancier, but nothing seems to really improve on it. And the carpenter's blocks actually make it look less rounded because they connect lines. And it just doesn't really work, even if it didn't have these connected textures. So for now, for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to leave it like this. I don't want to switch materials. I think it should be the same material architecturally that the rest of this is. At this point, I could have used something fancier, but might as well go with the original theme. And, you know, this stuff is good. I like it. So, yeah, I'm just going to repeat that 3 more times, and then we'll see what that looks like. All right, everybody. There it is. I like it. I added this little part to both sides of these wings in order to just kind of fill it out a little bit, give it a little bit more depth. I have a feeling it's going to develop over time, but I think this is good for now. For today, it's a little top heavy, I think. I probably want to broaden out the base a little bit more. I want to add some lights to the outside. I got to see what my lighting options are. But that's the bare bones of it. So that's much better than where we were at with just a little tube and the scaffolding. So yeah, I still got that dirt over there. But I think that's it for today, folks. This is my progress so far on the Primus server. Having a lot of fun. Oh, looks like I forgot to bring this out. Okay. Anyway, yes, enjoying myself quite a bit. I hope this was fun for you guys. Thank you for watching until the end of the episode. Let me know your ideas on this. If you think there's ways I can improve it or other suggestions, please let me know. I'm going to put a floor inside there and then figure out what happens up here. I have a lot more room up here than I do downstairs. Anyway, I'm going to get this edited so I can get it out for the weekend for you all. So this is Monkeypuzzle, and I'm signing out. Get my hang glider. Bye-bye.